This backglass has got a case of necrotitis fasciitis. Welcome to the channel, my pinball friends and enthusiasts. So, I have a Gottlieb's Charlie's Angels backglass in front of me, and for whatever reason, it seems like a lot of these games suffer from the flesh tones and the reds flaking off. This one in particular, it's pretty bad. And it looks okay, good from far, but really far from good. So here's what happened. A friend of mine contacted me at, well, he's a friend now, at rushfan@live.ca. Saw my previous video of making basically garbage windows into backglasses and says, hey, can we just take the picture of the ladies, basically scrape off all that ink and put the image of the ladies on it. And I said, here's the deal. I'll try it, but I know full well that something's going to go wrong and we're probably going to end up scraping off the entire backglass anyway and using the mirror portion. So we thought, okay, let's throw caution to the wind and give it a shot. So I'm going to walk you through on what we did to get the ladies, as you see right here, carved out for an attempt to put just that part on with the full knowledge knowing that something's going to screw up and I'll end up taking the whole thing off anyway. So follow along. This one's pretty fun. I will preempt it to say, yes, we ended up taking all the ink off, but it was a good trial run for doing a second attempt and learning from the mistakes. But overall, it ended up coming out quite well, which you'll see at the end. So stick around, get some popcorn, let's have some fun with this. Okay, before I begin anything, I'm going to clean the backglass. I'm just using a shop rag and water. So I'm going to lightly clean it. It looks like it's already been sealed, but I just want to get some of the grunge off the backglass just to avoid contaminating any dirt. So again, light pressure, light application. And once it's clean, I'm going to take you to the stage where we're going to seal it. Okay, before you trust anything, any chemical, I want you to spray it on some sacrificial piece so you can get your technique for laying it down and to see if it's actually gonna do what it's supposed to do. So this is dry and it's 100% clear. It is glossy though. Now, I'll show you what it looks like coming out of the can. You might think, oh my lord, I'm not doing this, but watch. It goes on all milky. Okay, but the other side proved how it's going to dry. So let's go to town on this. I'm going to avoid the ladies just because remember we're going to cut them out. I'm going to go a heavy wet coat, not a dry mist. The blues, it's going to be what it's going to be, but that's why we cleaned it up, right? So okay, let's go. Okay, just so we understand each other, I am arguably, oh, not even arguing, probably the worst spray painter I know. So please do not judge me. On another thing I forgot to mention is make sure your glass is flat, like level flat, because what you could possibly be doing is the liquid will flow to the spot that's lowest, so you might end up with some pooling where you don't want it. I don't know if you can see, but it is wet. Okay, I think you can see. We gave it a good coating. Okay, it's all dry. So all nice, good to go. So here's the game plan. What I want to do is cut out the white. Okay, there's going to be areas where I'm not going to cut this out. I'm just going to go around. Okay, and just keep going. And I guess I'll film that process. We'll get her done. How do you like this, baby? Yeah, I love this thing. I don't know why, but anyway. Okay, I'm gonna hang you up. I'm just using, make sure you get a lot of Sharpie blades. Let's start here. I'm gonna go deep enough so I know I'm going through the paint. And I don't want to scratch the glass. And to be honest with you, I'm going on the inside of the line. Let's use this here. And I will move you. Okay, we're switching to a flat blade. For the record, I've never done this. This is the first time I'm attempting it. So I just want to get, oh, that's scraping off pretty easy. Let's go over this line here, just to get a feel for how it's going to go. You can see, okay, let's try this one here. All right, okay, what I'm gonna do, let's just go around here. Good, I just need to clean up all these little shabiblets. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully go as close to that line as possible. And I don't want to lift the edges, so I'm going to push them down. Ooh, that's going to be fun. Okay, and then I'm just going to take her face off. I can leave her hair as much as I can anyway. And I'll explain why in the next step. So I'll bring you right back. Okay. Here they are with it scraped off. Put you back a bit. And here's a glass that we actually showed in another video of putting the decal on glass. But again, I want to just try to remove the ladies and leave the mirroring. That's what I really want. So I'm just going to put it down. And we're going to angle it. So let me hang you up. Okay, so what we're doing is we're just trying to adjust it to get the best match, which I think is right here. When I'm looking like there's some double here. I'm thinking whatever. You know, it is what it is. I should have left her hair here, but what I'll do is I'll just cut it back a bit to blend in. And we left some over here, which is fine. But now here's what I'm going to have to do. So this is kind of what it should look like when we're done. I think that looks pretty spectacular. Remember, it's going to be a decal behind, right? Okay, so now what we got to do is I just need to, I'm going to just scrape a bit off here. Should I do her hair? Yeah, I'm going to scrape a little off here. I'm not really going to do very much more because I don't want to tempt fate any more than we have to. And then I'll tell you what we're going to do after this. So I'll bring you right back. All right, we got a bit of a situation here. So I was scraping off the triple thick that I put back there again, just to level it out a bit because it didn't dry right. And I sort of overextended the boundaries and sprayed some water down. Things are starting to fall apart as far as the paint goes on the back. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's strip off all of the paint, leave the mirror, which you can see here, and go to plan B with putting on a complete overlay on it. And we'll still have the mirror effect, which is the whole premise behind why I want to do this. Okay, I'll bring it back. So I know what you're thinking, bummer. I was bummed out too. I do have access to another glass, so hopefully I can get it and then try this again. And you know what? Make a mistake, learn from your mistakes, and learn how to do it better the next time. That's the way I attacked my whole pinball repair career. I made a lot of mistakes, so I just want to show you it's not always perfect and planned. But again, I expected this to happen, so let's slap on the overlay and be done. Okay, so what we did is we put down a bunch of cloths on the back, and we're just gonna, we completely soak them in water. I'm gonna leave this on for, I don't know, 24 hours to let the water try to loosen up some of the silk screening, and then we'll commence with scraping it off. And to scrape it off, I'm going to be using some plastic razor blades. Don't use regular steel ones because that mirror is on there pretty good. I gotta admit, I've done this on a couple of other back glasses where I haven't wet it and just went at it dry. But plastic, I think there's a lot less chance of damaging the mirror part of it. So, okay, I will bring you back 24 hours later once this has had a time to soak in. Okay, 24 hours later, let's take off the cloth and use the plastic razor blade. I did some scraping just to see if it was ready, and I think we're good to go. Okay, it's all clean with the paint, and you can see what's left behind is the mirror. Okay, so here's the back glass. We're gonna wash it. We're gonna wash it down with dishwashing soap, get it as clean as we can, and then we're gonna put the overlay on it. Remember, it's the mirror side up, so this is reversed, okay. Came out pretty good. It's good as we can see the mirroring. So it makes it look somewhat legit. All right, let me cut the ends off and I'll bring you back. Okay, this is without mirroring. Still pretty good, but what a difference with mirroring. Like, admittedly, it's not on the money. Some of the registrations are off, but it definitely represents, especially in the middle with the ladies. rushfan@live.ca is my email. Like, share, subscribe. Do all that wonderfulness for me. Rushfan, over and out.